Thank you for joining me today. In today's video, I'm going to provide you with 3 different options you can use to enable what's known as a split screen view. And essentially what this is it allows you and your child to operate 2 open windows side by side simultaneously on a single display. And the benefit of this is it prevents your child from having to navigate between windows by having to constantly minimize and maximize screens, which can be very distracting at any particular task. Like, let's say, for example, in session, we're in a Zoom session, and the teacher is instructing students on how to navigate into Google Classroom at a specific part of Google Classroom, and they're asking them to find something in particular. It would definitely be helpful for everyone involved to have split screen view open in a scenario like that, which is very much going to be a common case scenario, in which the students would be able to have their Zoom conference open. They'll be able to observe the screen share from their teacher, which shows them exactly what to do, while on another window, which is open right beside it, the student would be able to complete the task in tandem with the teacher. So again, very much a time saver, and it's definitely helpful in terms of helping kids navigate between different windows. So let's go ahead and take a look at the first option. Now keep in mind, I am operating a Windows 10 PC. It looks and feels a little different than the device your child is using, which is a Chromebook, which runs a platform known as Chrome OS. However, they essentially behave the same. So in the first example I'm going to give, I've got Chrome open, which is a browser your child will also have available. And let's say that my browser is open and your child has their browser open, or perhaps a Zoom conference open. What I'm going to do, just for argument's sake, is I'm going to go ahead and open up a new tab. And pretending like this tab is a Zoom conference, right, which is currently ongoing, or perhaps Google Classroom, or whatever the case. Again, the steps are going to be the same. I'm going to go ahead and detach it. And I'm going to move it to either the extreme left or the extreme right of my screen. And what this means is you're going to want to hold, or rather drag the window. So you're going to hold the bar or hold the tab. And you're going to drag it to the far right of your screen, all the way to the edge of your screen. And you'll notice that when I do this, a small overlay will appear, right? And it quickly disappears. What this is doing is it's telling you that, okay, well, since you've dragged it to this side of the screen, it's going to resize to the overlay's position. So for example, I'm going to drag it to the right, and as soon as I see the overlay, I'm going to release it. Oops, not a good example. I'm going to drag it, release it. Now you'll notice that 2 different windows have opened or populated my screen to the left. What this is telling or asking you is which of these 2 screens you would like to cohabitate with the one on the right. So the one on the right is now snapped in place, and I get to pick between this Zoom conference or this other Chrome tab. I'm going to go ahead and select the other Chrome tab. Now you'll notice that both screens are side by side, they're coexisting. I can switch between both. So if I wanted to read the news, I can read the news, and then I can also read my instructions and so on and so forth. So that's just one option you can use. Let's scroll through it. Alternatively, oh, and by the way, the keyboard layout that you currently see on display may look slightly different than the one that you have. However, the keys are all exactly the same, and because the operating system is consistent across devices, these steps are going to be the same, regardless of whether you're using a Sony or an Acer or a Toshiba or another branded laptop. This will work the same. So you'll notice that Alt, which is a short or an abbreviation for alternative, has been highlighted in green. And you'll notice that there are these 2 brackets, which are the brackets open, brackets closed, so brackets left, brackets right. You would choose either one of those while holding Alt. So you would tap either the left bracket or the right bracket while you've got an existing window open, and it will allow you to essentially just quickly snap that window, the one that you're currently in, to the left or to the right. Okay, now very quickly, for option number 3, it's similar to what we did earlier, where you drag the window to the extreme right or to the extreme left. Instead, what you can do is you will take this square, which is known as your maximizer. Let me scroll down. It's just a little box in the upper right-hand corner, and you're going to press and hold it. And you'll notice that right beside it, 2 arrows will appear. You would simply select which arrow based on the direction or based on which side of the screen you want that window to be in, and you would press it, and it would quickly snap and fix itself to that location. You would definitely want to have 2 tabs open or 2 programs open for this to work effectively. Otherwise, it'll just snap into place and leave a big empty spot next to it. If that's what you'd like to do, go for it. But anywho, those are just 3 different options. I'll be making this document again available in the links below, or rather in the video description below. So you'll have access to it if you ever want to use it as a reference. I hope that this video was helpful and this tutorial was beneficial to you. Moving forward, these steps for your child to be able to complete independently would be incredibly beneficial for both the teacher and the student, as it enables our time together in class to be more efficient, in the sense that we're not having to wait for one student in particular to have to minimize a window, navigate to a different tab, reopen that window, etc., etc. I think it's a very important technical skill for students to have, regardless of the platform we're using, whether it's Mac, in this case Chrome OS, or Windows. It just helps to create a more focused workflow. Anywho, it's a long-winded way of saying thank you for watching, and if you need any additional support, please provide a comment or question in the links below, or excuse me, in the comment section below. All right, you guys have a great day.